Hello guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about War and Peace. I know, right? This is War and Peace Volume 3, Chapter 17. Today we're talking about this chapter and reviewing it. My name is Light Reviews, and I review books and novels. So today we're going to talk about this chapter. And this chapter is very short, so you'll probably be able to bear with me. This might take only a few minutes of your time, so I hope you enjoy. So once again, this is Volume 3, Chapter 15 of War and Chapter 16 of War and Peace. So in this chapter gives an overview of the battle. The battle has already started, and Kutuzov's army are in the midst of regrouping their troops and gathering their troops, near the village of Prexin. And in the midst of regrouping back to that village, they're accidentally attacked. And guess who? It's the French. While everybody is busy marching together and trying to stay together while the battle is happening, the battle starts, and it's basically total chaos. And Kutuzov is trying to gather his forces together so they can make a defensive barrier, or just try and keep track of what's going on in the battle. And so all of these troops are accidentally surprised with the French attack. Nobody is prepared for this, and I don't think Kutuzov has even noticed this. And when the French do attack, all the Russian troops just are so confused and have no idea what they're doing. Actually, I think Kutuzov does know, but the majority of the Russian troops under Kutuzov don't know. They didn't know how close the French troops were to them, so that's why they are really shocked and surprised. And when they do come, it's total chaos. These troops are attacking left and right, and are busy trying to defend themselves, and there are many casualties. All the Russian troops who have been surprised have started retreating in fear because of the surprise attack. And all of these troops are running, and Prince Andrew, who was there, and he was ready to fight a full-on battle. And so when he actually tries to attack, he sees the amount of Russian troops that are fleeing. And when he sees that, instead of battling, he realizes what is going on, but still he's also confused on why these Russian forces are running. And he realizes that the French are attacking, and he has no idea how did this happen. And so instead of attacking, Prince Andrew reluctantly does the same thing as the Russian troops. He flees too, without even firing a single shot or killing someone with his saber. He flees in terror, or flees in confusion, and confusion. And while all these soldiers are running around, fleeing, and just trying to survive, Kutsov, who immediately gets notified of this surprise attack, and so he orders his troops to calm down. Orders his troops to calm down, but they just can't calm down. So I think Kutsov goes out to find Prince Andrew so he can tell them all the troops to calm down and do what they're told, and how they can turn this situation around. And Kutsov, who rides on his horse into the midst of the chaos, tries to avoid all of the French and his allies accidentally attacking him. And so when he's riding around, his horse almost gets attacked. And of course, even Prince Andrew, without battling, he suffers an injury to his cheek. This is the state of the battle, and it's very chaotic. And right now, it looks like the French have the advantage, and the Russians who have their artillery guns aimed at the French troops are busily firing, but are slowly being overwhelmed by the French troops. And the French troops who are attacking the artillery manages to almost gain control of one of the Russian troops' artillery, and turn it against the Russians. But luckily, Prince Andrew and the forces under him managed to get to the artillery guns, and with a stroke of luck, managed to push all of the French troops back and defend the artillery guns and everything finally calms down. It was a very tough and intense battle. Even Prince Andrew is not even sure how he survived. But at that moment, Prince Andrew gets hit by a rock, and he gets knocked out. And the last thing he sees is the sky. And so yeah, this is the extent of this chapter. So this chapter explains what is going on in the battle, how Prince Andrew who wants to fight ends up not actually fighting, and instead ambushed by the French, and Prince Andrew and the Russian troops having no idea how to deal with this, and Kutsov, who tries to calm the situation down, can't actually do anything, and the amount of chaos that the Russian troops are having are just unimaginable. Nobody knows what they're doing. Kutsov can't even do anything at this point, but they managed to push back the French troops and defend the remaining artillery guns that the Russians have, and they somehow miraculously survived. So this is what I think about the battle, and in today's chapter. So Yeah, short chapter, right, guys? So, so I hope you guys liked it. And I hope you can. You'll tune in to the next episode next time. Goodbye.